Here we are, and I'm Roland Nanzi, founder of New Home Sales Plus. I couldn't be more excited to introduce my friend, colleague, Heidi Schroeder. Hey, Heidi, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Good, good, good. And thank you for agreeing to be on our Pro on the Go. I figured everybody out there should get to meet our amazing speakers that are going to be at the retreat. And in a minute, we're going to put the little hourglass. Is that what it is? Hourglass?
Yes.
Egg time? Sand glass. We're going to turn it over for 10 minutes. But first, if it's okay, I'd like to read your bio and introduce you properly, and then we'll get started. Sound good?
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm excited to have you on here. You've just everyone loves Heidi. That's something that I will share with you. That all the builders I work with that work with you are just so fond of you. So
you're so kind. Thank you.
I'm going to put my giant Mr. Magoo glasses on to get this right. Okay. As ECI's senior consultant for Lasso, very impressive, Heidi is passionate about improving the home buyer experience and teaches Lasso clients how to leverage the CRM to improve personal connection and drive sales growth. I can say that's true. I've got at least 3 companies I work with that work with you and just are completely extolling and singing your praises. So, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, working for high volume on your lot builder in the Pacific Northwest, Heidi launched and grew the online sales program, directed overall corporate market strategy, and worked with franchise offices to focus on local marketing. She monitored sales activity, developed sales training, good, and created a comprehensive customer experience program to keep customers engaged in the home building process and beyond. In her downtime, how do you have any in your downtime? You can find Heidi exploring the backwoods and beaches of the Pacific Northwest. Specifically, where exactly?
Washington. I'm in Washington State. Yes, beautiful Washington State.
It really is. It really is. With a husband, Jason, and sons, Orion and North. So there we go. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce you. Are you ready for this? You ready for the Go on the Pro?
Thank you for that nice introduction. I'm ready. I think we're going to rock through these pretty quick. So hopefully I don't talk too fast. So
these are like the mullet of questions. It's what is it? Business at the front, sport at the back. Is that what it is? Business at the front, something at the back. So we're going to start with some businessy stuff and then get to some more get to know you stuff.
All right, that works. All right.
Are you ready? All right, here we go. My 10-minute timer right there next to my big butt box. Okay, so Heidi, what sets you apart from other experts in your field?
Oh, well, as you can tell from that bio, I have worked in all different aspects of sales and marketing. So that background really allows me to understand all the parts and pieces and how everything fits. I was also blessed to work for a company where the owner really took me under his wing and showed me the behind the scenes of how everything works. So it allowed me to better understand the entire customer experience. And right now, working for Lasso, I get to see everybody's experience in Lasso, every builder that is a Lasso user. So I can see what works and what doesn't.
Perfect. With the shifting market, what are your top tips? Have you noticed the market shifting and therefore what are your tips?
Oh, definitely have noticed that. Phones ringing off the hook for customers, definitely. I think it's time for a mindset reset. The market isn't bad. It's not going down, as far as it's just a different market. So we need to reset our mindset a little bit and take it as a positive that now we're going to be allowed the opportunity to better serve our customers and better focus on a more complete, great experience.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I agree with you. Most of us that have been doing this more than about 3 years recognize this as a normal market, an opportunity to really shine and prove that we have the selling skills and the follow-up and CRM skills that we need.
Yes, now's the time to have a reset. That's perfect.
I love it. Now, you're a guest speaker at the retreat, the Tropical Retreat in November. In the OSC world, I think you're going to be speaking. So the theme of the retreat is better together. What does that mean to you, the idea of being better together?
Oh, perfect question. So yes, I'll be speaking in the OSC tract, but I think it's outrageously important that everyone on every team is working together in harmony toward one common goal, and that's our customer. So it's really important for your OSCs and your sales team and even your purchasing and accounting teams and your construction, everybody is working in harmony with a common goal. So now's the time to reflect on that. So,
Good,
you know, let's move forward to reflect on that so we can have a good experience.
Yeah, perfect. At the retreat, we'll have online sales counselors and new home salespeople that'll be training side by side,
Yes.
and sometimes overlapping, so that we
And
can
leadership, right? You know,
and leadership, exactly, and even marketing too. So there's really 4 lanes going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, good. All right, now to some personal stuff. Movie, TV, or books? What is your preference?
I'm a book nerd through and through. I was that
Really?
little girl under the covers with the flashlight, and I'm still doing the same thing.
Really, really. Under the
So-
covers with a flashlight. Jason lets you do that. Okay.
Yes, I try not to bother him, but I am
Oh, that's
absolutely
sweet.
under the covers.
And so with that, go ahead.
Yeah,
And
book
what
nerd.
is your favorite book or favorite recent book, whatever you'd like to?
That's the toughest question, because my favorite book is whatever I've just read.
Right.
I would love to say that my favorite book are all these, you know, great business books, but truthfully, my favorite book, I have a well-worn old textbooks of art history. I love history. I love art. I love to books that help us understand where we fit in the world.
Sure.
And so currently I'm reading a book called Quiet that is speaking about the what introverts bring to our world.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really?
And
How interesting. I've never heard of it. Wow.
yeah, it's a fantastic book. And I'm an introvert through and through, believe it or not.
Right.
So I'm really enjoying that. And I have my copy right here.
Look at that. Oh, I happen to have a 500 right here, next to me.
I'm
so
halfway
good.
through. So
Are you really? Oh, good.
It's pretty good.
Oh, you're very, I appreciate that. I am in the process of making it into an Audible, but that's how I listen to it. I wouldn't say I'm too lazy to read. I just never can find the time. I mean, maybe it's laziness. So I go on long walks and listen to Audible. So I'm going to look out for Quiet. Thank you for that tip. But thank you for plugging my book at the same time. What is your favorite pastime when not working?
Oh, when I'm not working. So I have 2 teenage boys, 16 and 13. We're involved in baseball and track and all of that fun stuff. But we really love to be outside. And our family were hunter-gatherer gardeners.
Really?
So my husband and my older son hunt. And my younger son and I garden and forage. And so we cook a lot from whatever we've hunted, gathered, foraged, and we even make wine from
You don't really?
berries that come from our property here, and huckleberries and such. So that's our fun part. So we like to be outside in order to do that.
I love it. So you hunt, and then you grow, and you make wine, and you eat and drink that all together, whatever you make. And I'm not judging that you have teenage sons that drink your wine, by the way. I'm from England, so we started at an early age.
And
what can I
they're
say?
very sustainable hunters too. I know that sometimes that's a little judge thing too, but we eat elk, deer, bear, cougar, we've eaten antelope, you name it, we've eaten it.
Goodness gracious, sounds interesting.
I was a vegetarian before I met him, so
that went out the window. I think we're on time. I'm realizing I don't know if I know how to read this clock, but it looks like we've got time.
Are we that quick?
I can't quite believe it. Yeah, I should have a backup, electric backup. But look at this, we're doing well. So, my last question is, what do your students enjoy most about you and your style? And we'll use our 10 minutes up. Let's not rush. Let's enjoy this.
Let's not use the last 10 minutes talking about me.
Well, that's the idea of get to know you. They're making a decision. Should I come down to Clearwater and go to this retreat? And what's Heidi going to bring to the table? So there we go. So what are your students like about you? I can tell you a bunch of great things I've heard, by the way.
That's a tough one. But I think I could narrow it down to I'm very process oriented. So I'm able to take a complex thing and narrow it down to simplify it. And I think that's really important when we're talking about training online sales and sales teams, is that if we have to have everybody on the same page, we have to, of course, make it simple. So I think that I'm pretty good at that, at creating a simplified process for things. I'm process oriented. And in addition to that, I think that most of the people that I work with would say that I come with empathy. You know, most of them I've sat in their seat at one point or the other, but beyond that, I know that, it's a difficult job. And so
Yeah.
what can I do to make this easier? So
Right.
I really, truly try to put myself in the shoes of whomever I'm training or consulting with.
Perfect. No, and again, I'm not exaggerating. We have lots of clients that work with you, have worked with you in the past, and so what I found too, I was a director of sales for 4 years recently, and had a CRM, and I found that unless there's action oriented training, it's a waste of money. It's very expensive, and if the salespeople and managers don't know how to access all the benefits of the CRM, then it just doesn't get used, and it may just it may never get used. So what I love about what you do is you bring that to the table. You teach people practically how to use their CRM. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So practical application.
Practical application. That's the key. We have a lot of training available that's click here, click here, click here. But
Right.
unless we train on how that all fits together in a practical method, sometimes that kind of is easy to fly out the window.
Right.
So because I've worked for a builder and sat in that seat, I can
Yeah.
help with that practical application more.
Good. And then empathy, you say, I agree with that. That's so important. And I think our role as trainers is to help people save face. People might not know. I mean, somebody might know an advanced topic, but not know a simple topic because they're not natives to technology. Didn't you tell a story years ago about a person that was your oldest client ever and didn't want to use CRM and then became a raving fan or something? What was his name?
I did. Hey, Rob.
Oh, is he
you
on? He might be watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did have, I did work with a salesperson, several years ago that, he dug his heels in. He was not going to use the CRM. The company that I worked for used Lasso, wasn't going to do it, didn't see the value in it. He had been in this industry for years, decades really, and had seen everything come and go and wasn't interested. So, I kind of waited for him to come around while showing the successes of others, how they had used it,
Right.
and waited for him to come around, was able to train him up. He calls me one day and says, okay, I'm ready. He's grumpy about it.
Right. Hit bottom.
So I was able to train him up, and by the time I left that builder, he was the best. Obviously, making the most sales, but
Right.
just the best Lasso user too, who's great. So
Perfect. Well, good. Well, I believe, look at that. We have squandered a perfectly good, there's just a few drops of sound. There it is. We have lived up to our billing. We have spent a wonderful 10 minutes together. Heidi, it's a pleasure. This is just a little bit for those watching. It's a little bit of what you'll get when you meet her in person. She's purposeful. So I hope you come down and meet her. And thank you, Heidi, so much for your time.
thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all in November.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.